We are now live with another video on YouTube. We'll be getting going in just a few moments. Okay, now that everything is all set, making sure that everything's all ready. Okay, yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this started, shall we? Here we go. Greetings, everybody. This is Xenonite XC6 here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This is part number 16 of this Let's Play, and so in the last part, we've completed the 5th class trial, which we found out that this class trial was actually rigged because it looks like the mastermind was trying to get Kyoko killed. And we got both of the endings, both Kyoko's execution and Makoto's execution, but Makoto survived thanks to Alter Ego using the last bit of his strength. Then we found out Kyoko's true talent, which her talent is known as the Ultimate Detective. And it looks like the mastermind erased that memory from her existence, but she finally remembered what her talent was. Then we've talked with Monokuma at the gym, escaped the underground garbage place. Well, first we escaped the garbage place, and then we've talked with Monokuma. And we are going to be doing another class trial, but we also not only have to find out who Mokuro's true killer is, but we also have to find out the mysteries of Hope's Peak Academy. And also we've approached Chapter 6 as well. So in this part, we're going to be doing the final investigation in Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, and we're going to see what sort of mysteries are we going to have to solve in the final class trial. So, let's go ahead and get this started. Let's first talk with Kyoko and see what's going on. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
Whew.
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal.
But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept.
Huh?
Because...
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said.
Whew. So... Because...
So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself. But do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right?
Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right?
Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet, somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult.
A reason?
so...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other.
They wanted to show the world?
It would seem...
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that.
Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world.
But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely.
Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept.
You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair.
What?
They want to prove that despair is better than hope?
But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you. And yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness.
What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it.
And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all the proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer.
But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to the failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer.
And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations.
But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up.
Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least. I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sigh of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time.
I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him.
Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time,
Correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing.
You're right.
If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on.
True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind.
Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible?
Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go?
Anyway,
Okay, I guess we now gotta go find the others. And suddenly, we were greeted with... Monokuma! What are you even saying?
You again? Is he broken?
whew,
I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit.
Jeez, what the heck?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Again with the ghost remarks! Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait. Uh-oh. Wait. What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks!
It's Makoto! He smells like a wet dog!
Get away! Shoo, shoo! And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain. Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all.
What? Don't tell me! Did he turn into a ghost?
Does he look transparent to you?
Ha, that's just a silly superstition. If ghosts were see-through, that couldn't lead normal lives.
Okay, that's enough. Talking to you makes me want to just lay down and go to sleep.
You stink! Are you run? Run!
you.
Physically, mentally, every way you could be run!
Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while.
The smell is so smelly. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason.
So what have you guys been doing while I was gone?
Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again.
And
No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked.
So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find new clues?
Yo,
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world?
I didn't go to the spirit world.
you know?
Did you get to talk to her?
Who?
Miss Salo.
No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world.
I mean, who the heck is Miss Salo? Miss Leo.
I still can't believe you survived.
Yeah, me either.
Do you realize why is it you escaped execution?
It was Alter Ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Makoto,
Yes.
it's true.
I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mokuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right?
No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course it's not me or any of you. Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mokuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap to contrive by... It was all an elaborate trap to contrive by... Are you saying it again? That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you
You
say?
spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto?
You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rule states that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh? And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules?
They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here! For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later.
So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mokuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind?
But there's more to it than that, correct?
Yeah. For us to win this game, win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Everyone?
Hey! Who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here with forever with Master.
I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I say.
But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mokuro and all the school's mysteries.
It's a pretty tall freaking order.
Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries.
I'm not so sure about that.
Huh?
I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone.
Anyway,
You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint?
It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people that take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh? But why?
So, in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mokuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mokuro, But there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game.
Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mokuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious!
Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all of that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility.
And that is one possibility we can't ignore.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible.
But if one of us was the mastermind, they have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and control him in secret.
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are. You would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand.
In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us.
Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation.
Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms. Sorry if I said that wrong.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation.
But
I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then.
after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall.
Master! He didn't take me with him!
Hey.
Do you blame him?
Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye.
With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall.
And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right.
Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity.
Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall.
Everyone's really go off by themselves?
What about you, Hina?
I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know.
I
But
mean,
up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else.
You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died.
Makoto! That's really nice of you to say.
but,
But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figured at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later.
Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again,
It's just us two.
Indeed.
So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school.
We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary.
With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search.
I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school.
And then we can all escape together.
I guess we'll start by taking another look at Mokuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
Once we find out who killed Mokuro Ikusawa, then we'll know who the mastermind is.
So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her?
I guess I should start with the dorm, or with the rooms that were locked up until now.
The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the other door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right?
After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder.
Which means the garden and the dojo.
Okay, time to get started.
Places to check has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, so the only evidence that we had back that was from the last trial was the Monokuma file number 5. Okay, so now we can explore any new areas that we couldn't explore before. So we're first going to go through here. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means
I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms?
It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage. Oh, we found some Monokuma coins. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Yeah, so this is just one of the bedrooms. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Okay, let's see if there's anything in here. Oh, everything is just the same. Everything is just normal. Nothing's destroyed.
This room is filled with lockers.
It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before us must have used these lockers. Okay, it's time to explore around everything. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. There's no way to get it open. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. I don't think this locker's gonna open. Ooh, but we found some Monokuma coins. Ooh. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open these up. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. I wonder if I can open this locker. Okay, so that locker didn't open. Let's try this one. It looks like this locker is already broken. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. There's no way to get it open. Wonder if I can open this locker. No luck. Okay, so I think we might have to come back here later. Because we don't have the thing that we need. This room doesn't feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Ooh, got some more monocoins. Ooh. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. Huh? There's something strange. There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
So,
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out.
A breeze?
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space. Does that mean...
You mean like a hidden room?
I think I might know how to open it.
however,
But that's where I ended up getting stuck, which is the regret I mentioned.
You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password, and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue on what the password might be, on what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and / or numbers. We can't really go from there.
You're right. That's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, that's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example,
What about your name?
huh?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was just trying to think of what the password might be.
I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After that, after the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her.
Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want.
Okay.
You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong.
Okay. In that case, here goes nothing.
I collected myself and turned to face the computer monitor.
Let me just type the password here.
I typed in her full name, Kyoko Girigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... Beep.
What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Why?
Kyoko?
Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim.
Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko?
I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. She was right. It was unusual and she couldn't stop looking at it. No, not just looking, glaring. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it.
Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto.
Why? You think it's dangerous?
No, not dangerous. But surprising. Probably.
Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see.
Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream?
Okay, I'm just gonna open it.
Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... He screamed. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least, what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on! How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So,
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So the same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
in other words,
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Giri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Easy. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
because
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay, then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this? It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
in other words,
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right.
it would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko... I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko!
What? Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet, to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had the picture all of his time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell myself to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Photo of Kyoko and Headmaster has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? Now? Oh, whoopsie. I didn't mean to click on the photo! No! Skip!
A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave?
Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit.
Kyoko.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
I need to get my emotions in order.
You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But
maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself.
Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later.
Is she really okay? Kyoko. It must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead.
The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now.
But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is...
It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
15 of us met in the mail hall. Add Mokuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mokuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question.
Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be.
Okay. Let's head back and see if we can use that card key to open up any of the lockers. since we got the emergency card key. Wait, but what about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader end. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. This thing is practically empty. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose is it. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was. I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't have been anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question marks spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Locker pocketbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, let's check some of the other lockers to see if there's any evidence. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. This is a crystal ball. Huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Is this a desk of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for fortune and telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated.
What?
There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hakakure.
Is this our Yasuhiro?
The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean
he attended classes here?
No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes.
So what is this notebook?
Locker notebook has been added to the troop bullet section of your handbook. But the more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are these things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here?
A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belonged to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone.
Okay. So I guess it's mainly everything we can look around here. Okay, so there's still a couple more places we still have yet to go. And according to the troop bullet section, we have to go to the 4th floor. So we're just going to teleport to the 4th floor to make this a little faster. Okay. Yeah, we gotta go back to the data center.
Hey, Makoto.
Oh, Makoto! Are you here to look around too?
Is that what you're doing here?
Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it. Because it might explode, right? And that'll really suck. So you open it.
I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up.
Okay.
Thanks, Makoto.
Okay, so I guess I'll open it.
Oh, wait. Let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded.
Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it.
Okay, go ahead.
Everything will be okay, right?
Alright, here goes nothing.
I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was...
Whoa! This place is totally sci-fi.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
What the heck?
I mean, every part of this school leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but...
Just a second.
This place is like a #1 gross. It's in a whole different league of creepy.
There's some kind of hatch on the floor, but right now I'm more concerned about that weird device. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something.
Yeah, it looks like... It kind of looks like a mech... A mech cockpit, right? Hifumi probably freak out if he saw it.
Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. That could mean... could that mean...
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons.
Hold on! You can't just or whatever something like this!
But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel.
Huh? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push?
I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center.
Data center?
I took a look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from.
I probably better go check it out.
Yeah. Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now. So I'll just cheer you on from over here.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll cheer you on super loud from way over here.
That's supposed to make me feel better? Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Grr! Give me all your donuts!
Is that you, Hina?
What? Oh man, busted! How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup?
You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Guess what I found? A self-destruct button!
Whatever you do, don't push it!
Too bad.
Aw, man!
Were you seriously gonna push it?
Anyway, I guess it settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it, and the control panel inside. Okay.
Whoa, hey Makoto. What the heck was that just now?
Monokuma.
Huh? What do you mean?
What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma.
Monokuma? What? For real?
Yep, it looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room.
Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right.
But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right?
I guess that would have to be true.
But if that is true, it's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint for the 10th millionth time. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. But the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Monokuma Control Room has been added to the True Bullet section of your handbook.
What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making.
Oh no, it's nothing.
Oh, okay.
What about you? Is everything okay?
Oh, well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if he set up traps or something?
Can't say it is impossible, but I really hope it's not true.
So, like... You want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out.
Yeah, good point. Can't waste all our time sitting around here. Okay, you want to get going?
Yeah. What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and get out of here.
As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound.
What was that?
The door! It just locked on its own!
What?
My hand shot out to grab the doorknob.
You're right, it's locked. But why?
Of course it's locked! Because
because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma!
Just a second.
Hey, no fair! You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. In that room, as you may have guessed, that's where my controls are.
So right now, you're being operated by someone in that room?
yes, indeed.
Correct the mundo.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone.
Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way! The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway. So whatever. Now, this room is officially restricted. So no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Pete!
He's gone, but
So,
was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there?
In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then, when I said we should leave...
Well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left.
You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice. You've got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you later.
He took off at a full sprint. And I have to do what I can, too. That's the only way forward. Okay, so next we gotta head to the headmaster's office. So that's the next place we're gonna go to. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself.
Makoto, it's you.
Oh, Byakuya.
Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting?
What do you mean something interesting?
Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78, student...
Why did I get Makoto Byakuya's voice? Class 78, student registry?
It contains profiles for all of us, and Mokuro.
So in other words...
Apparently, Class 78 refers to us.
Wait, when we found Mokuro's profile in Kyoko's room...
I see.
That's right. It also mentioned Class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there, along with hers...
In other words...
There can be no doubt Mokuro was a student here at Hope Speak Academy, just like the rest of us.
Mokuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it.
But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumbled. She must have been in a hurry.
Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point?
She was in she was in much of a hurry, as she only got the first page.
The first page?
Correct. Mokuro's profile actually contains 2 pages.
What?
So in other words...
In other words, when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mokuro that we still didn't have.
So in other words...
What kind of information is it?
Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue.
I was half listening to Byakuya as they schemed through the report. Mokuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background, an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mokuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mokuro's behavior, too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Finren, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mokuro was part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mokuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why would they kill Mokuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mokuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mokuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto?
Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note.
What is it?
Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seemed to be included as part of our class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. Further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals: 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think?
What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean...
Wait, is he trying to say... there's a chance the body isn't actually Mokuro? Is that what he's saying?
Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business.
And I'm going to put the controller in the charger real quick. Because I know that before I started the stream, the battery was kind of down to 2. So, just in case. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Mokuro's profile has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention.
Advice for me?
You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well.
It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me.
Well, don't put too much faith in her.
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford.
Excuse me, what are you saying?
Just what I think. Call it a hunch.
A hunch?
But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't as you will.
I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. The bookshelf seems really well made, and it's filled with files and thick books. There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. Class 78 student registry. Apparently that's us. It has profiles on me and everyone I met at the beginning, and Mokuro. Just like us, Mokuro was apparently a new student here at Hope's Peak. Mokuro Ikusawa, part of the Ultimate Despair, which means her and the Mastermind should have been allies. But then why would the Mastermind kill her? Weren't they friends? Even in the headmaster's room, there's a surveillance camera. Okay, I think that's all the information I can get in there. So now we have to head up to the 5th floor. Okay, so we still got one more room to check out before we head back to the dojo and garden. Let's first head to the biolab and see if we can find anything new. Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold! It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of those things lately. Urgh, so cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side, there's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. Oh, that's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge restoring dead robotics. Does it mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germanical lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimal settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel and we do offer an optional lever upholstery upgrade package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge? This is one of the fridges that they put dead bodies in. I've seen them on crime show stuff. Then does that mean everyone who's died they're all in this little room? There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But only some of the lights are on. The one on the left, the right hand lights are off. Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. Biolabs adds to the true bullet section of your handbook. And about those lights by each slot. It looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue. Another one of the victims is Biolab Lights has been added to the true bullet section of your handbook. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Okay, now we just need to have a quick look-see again at both the dojo and the garden. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
What do you want? Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have had to have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me back my precious time! Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down! Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds all out, they're gonna call me useless. Good for nothing.
Nobody's gonna save that. Master will! I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that! I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. Okay. Well, we still have the garden left, so... Huh? It's gone. Mokuro's body. It's not here. Maybe the body is inside the tool shed. I better check just to be sure. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But if it's not here in here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. A tarp played a key role in another case, so I better look into it. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp in the corner of the tarp. It says biolab. Then this originally came from the biolab? TARP has been added to the true bullet section of your handbook. Okay, I guess we gotta go back to the biolab. That's all I really needed to check here. What? Oh no, time ran out.
This is a school announcement.
Oh wait, no.
Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? And we're heading straight to the gym. Okay, then. And there's Hiro. Oh, hey, Hiro.
Makoto!
Why'd you act so surprised?
Oh, no reason.
You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say?
I just did. Actually, I'm on my way out.
You already talked to him? What'd he say?
Listen, sorry, but I gotta go!
Hiro, wait! There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hiro? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Guess we'll find out later. Right now we gotta head to the gym. There he is.
I am Monokuma.
Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hit? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope? Ready for the final hit? This must be the envelope. Hoo-hoo-hoo. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room, and we looked at that file. Mokuro Ikusaba? and this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mokuro here with everyone else? And even more than that... Just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 of our students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Elfspeak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other till they got here. But if this picture is real, then could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep this rambling swilliqual of yours helmet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way standing there, you know. So I mean, get out! But I told you I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. Group photo has been added to the troop bullet section of your handbook. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Okay, so we now have to ask everyone, basically, at this point. But before we do, we have to go back to the biolab real quick, because we still have to go back to check on something first. So let's first head to the biolab and check out something that we need to confirm first. I decided to visit the biolab one more time, and the first thing I saw when I got there was her passed out again. Huh? Toko? Toko, are you okay? No, she's not dead, is she?
Whoa! It's cold! It's super cold! It's so cold I think I might catch a cold!
If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
What? I was asleep? I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, then what? Caught and bothered? Straight up horny?
Okay, so why did you pass out?
I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What do you do to Mrs. Moruse?
Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch.
Bingo! Bazinga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory.
No, it's more like half. Genocide Jack's memory has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Huh? But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat.
I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya is around somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself?
I assume so.
I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master.
That wasn't me, that was the other controller. Because I believe my little brother is now using the controller for the computer.
Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now.
Toko shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. Looking at this, I can't help but notice. The fridge, it's opened.
But I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here.
That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily.
Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it?
Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
But listen, about this room.
Oh yeah,
It would seem...
It's a morgue.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and... well, there you have it.
You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagined she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there...
That's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks.
Why has everyone got to be so difficult with her?
Anyway,
we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that.
Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped.
What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it.
Huh? How come?
Because Mokuro's body is in here. What?
It would seem...
Mokuro's corpse? Mokuro's body is inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time. The mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial.
The mastermind did it? Because he assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail.
Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there? That's it? It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. No, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. Oh, it's the same as the one I found in the garden tool shed. And if I remember that tarp, it had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Tarp has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I've already looked through this instruction manual more importantly. Oh, the left side of the refrigerator, a bunch of blue lights are on.
But these ones aren't.
It would seem
the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Mokuro's, there's 9 in all.
9? 9 lights?
Biolab lights has been updated... Sorry, that happened again. Biolab lights has been updated in the True Bullet section of your handbook. I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. After all, she's in it too.
Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something.
What is it?
It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier.
You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer.
Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason he gives us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer.
That's a good point.
I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Okay, Makoto, I'm done.
Already? Jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief.
Indeed.
Oh, whoopsies. They made me skip it.
Indeed.
So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death.
Really?
The blunt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right?
Then what was the fatal injury?
Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old?
Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago.
I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they gave.
Listen.
You seem to be equally equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder.
Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Mokuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days?
What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you?
One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Kyoko's account has been added to the truthful section of your handbook.
Hey.
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. We probably won't get another chance to interact with it.
Hey.
Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mokuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot, 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right?
You remembered all that?
They are indeed consistent with the corpse.
So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrin tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Mokuro Ikusaba. Mokuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Then it looks like we have no further business with Mokuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here.
Oh wait, are we not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair.
But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow?
Well, yeah, but still.
You really are naive, you know that. It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes?
Oh, hold on.
I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead, then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What?
What?
So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into any of the lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster. About your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? Video? Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal our cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD? And it says Class 78 urgent interviews.
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Interview DVD has been added to the true bullet section of your handbook.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So, that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. Yeah, that's probably going to happen time and time, so forgive me for that. Forgive me for those technical difficulties. But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know. Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth, but no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I He can't afford to lose. Okay, so we still got a few more places left to explore. We should probably head to the garden next. And talk with Hiro. And then we gotta go talk with Byakuya, I believe. And then we'll go to the AV room to see that DVD that Kyoko had. Hey, Hiro.
Makoto!
What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that.
No! No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry!
Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hiro, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. It was like he was avoiding me. Like he was afraid of me. Why? Okay, let's see in the map. Okay, next we gotta head to the second floor. So Byakuya is waiting at the archive. Oh, Byakuya! Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends.
Hey, Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the? Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Well, it looks like something bad is going to happen during the class trial, so... It seems that basically everyone's got the group photo. Okay, well I guess the only thing we have left to do is go to the AV room. This should be able to play the DVDs just fine. Well then, I better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must only have been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by a total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Then, are you ready to begin?
Voice I heard was the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that?
Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in the school?
I accept.
What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up till now, but this, only this. I simply couldn't comprehend what I heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad. She tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here? Okay, I don't know why this keeps happening a bunch of times and I'm not even pressing the home button or anything. Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes started back to the screen. And if I... Okay, somebody's gonna stop doing that. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably
So,
me.
Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like
Now,
this.
Shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes.
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Hina, everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in the school forever. And then Kyoko, her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school, just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up. The monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Yeah, let me make sure I'm reading everything right, basically. Yeah, the monitor suddenly went black. Okay. It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsies! Looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then, when does it matter? Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure, my butt. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watch the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He asked them the question, and they all said yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too. And when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. And that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school. And I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... Interview DVD has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is a promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then, this is the end. Okay, we're about to head in. I guess I'm the first one this time. You're early, Makoto.
Listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However...
Don't worry. I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said... Byakuya! Byakuya? They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hiro? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me and so I appear.
I'm late!
I'm
strong silent master is so wonderful, so cool, so hot.
Really? I'm just gonna say something else.
My thingamajigs of our place. Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
My beautiful
With my sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gorge and shift the master of evil.
But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys.
If it's what master wants, it can be a boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it.
Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Boo-hoo-hoo. Is everyone here? Oh, and wearing our gloomy ghost faces, I see.
Well, now.
Okay, well then, let's begin.
This final class trial is going to be slavered in pitch black despair. Maximum... Someone better stop doing that. Maximum sorrow.
That's fine.
You're right. This is the final class trial. And this time it'll be fair. What do you mean, this time? Stop of all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know. If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square.
Today, I'm feeling white.
And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the trial already.
Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below.
You guys.
So don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared.
Whatever.
In the name of my
This
family.
will be over in no time.
With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey.
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid. Suspicious of each other.
However...
But you know why that is? Don't you? Yeah, I think so.
However...
Well, you can tell us about it soon. At the class trial. You're right. I'm ready.
So...
Ready to win, right? Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. I started making my way toward the opening, step after step toward that gaping maw. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally on steady legs, I passed the fare's hold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend, deeper and deeper, deeper still, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper it fell. I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound too disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. Could have been seconds or centuries later. I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes.
this is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant six. Okay, this is becoming more annoying because, and I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat. Well then, let's begin. The mastermind stands exposed and must pay for their crimes. Now all that's left is the looming mystery of Hope's Peak Academy itself. Well, we did it. We made it to the final class trial, and this is where things are about to come to an end. So, it looks like we managed to find whatever evidence that we need for the class trial, but this one's not going to be easy, because this one's going to be probably the most craziest class trial that we are about to experience yet. And of course, we're going to be finding out who the mastermind is, because we only have to figure out who is behind all this. So like Monokuma mentioned, we have two things to solve. We first need to figure out who is Mokuro Ikusaba's true killer. Will the results stay the same? Or have we found a revelation? And not only do we have to find out who killed Mokuro, we also have to solve all of the mysteries of the school, which we are about to be soon finding out. Now, this means we have to solve two different things. And this class trial is going to end all the class trials, which means we will be nearing the end. So that means the end is in sight. And of course, we are going to be nearing the end of the main story of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. But, as always, the class trial will be in the next video. That means, in the next part, we will be doing the final class trial. So guys, that is going to be it for part 16 of my Let's Play of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I have. And in the next part, we are going to be doing the very last class trial, where we'll not only find out who is the true killer behind Mokuro Ikusaba's death, but we're also going to unravel all the mysteries of Hope's Peak Academy and end this killing game once and for all. So you guys do not want to miss what's going to happen on the next part of my Let's Play of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. And I guess that's all for me. So until next time, this is Xenoknight XC6. Hope you guys have a great night. I will see you guys in part 17 of my Let's Play of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, farewell.